Right then, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about our ongoing left-back crisis and the one name that keeps coming up, Alvaro Fernandez. Now, United sold him to Benfica in the summer, and right now, with our left-back problems worsening, reports are suggesting that the club might be considering bringing him back. So, why did we let him leave in the first place? Is he the solution to our defensive headaches? Let's have a look. Now, first things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. United's complete lack of a left-back. Right now, we don't have a single left-back in the club that is fit and ready to play. And it's a problem that's been building for a while. One of the major reasons that we've struggled developing as a team, we just haven't had that available. Luke Shaw's been the go-to for years. He's injured. There's serious question marks about his long-term fitness, and actually even when he's available, the consistency hasn't always been there with him. Malacia was brought in as a little bit of cover. He's injured or possibly missing. Like, there's been photos of him, but, you know, AI's pretty good nowadays. We don't have a reliable option at left-back, which makes the decision to sell Alvaro in the summer when all of us was going, hang on. Like, even we saw it on tour last year where you're like, yeah, kid looks good, and then doesn't feature. This season we've been playing Delo there to cover the left. Luckily, Mazraoui has been so good at right back that you kind of go, oh, yeah, fine. But really, Delo's not a natural fit at left back. He's played there a lot, but he's not a natural left back. And that improvisation can only take you so far. You can't expect to compete at the highest level when you've got makeshift fullbacks. So where does that leave us? Well, Alvaro Fernandez's name keeps coming up because he's doing bits. And people go, hang on, didn't you used to... We let him go in the summer for £5 million. We were, however, smart enough to insert a buyback clause and a hefty sell-on, so all hope is not lost. But why did we sell him in the first place? Like, I think I remember doing a video at the time saying, why are we doing this? It costs you nothing to keep him around. Genuinely, you're not going to raise hundreds of millions by selling him. What's the point? He'd just come off a very successful loan spell at Preston in the 22-23 season. He looked great on that pre-season tour. He featured 42 times for Preston. He got 6 assists, was key part of their campaign. I think he won Player of the Year or Young Player of the Year or something for them. For a young fullback, getting solid experience in the Championship, a real tough physical league, was fantastic for him. And even though he's shown lots of promise, United decided to not do anything with him. Was it a lack of faith in the potential? Was it some short-term decision-making? Was it... I don't know. I don't know what it was. Was it the player himself? Since joining Benfica, he's been thriving the same way he did at Preston. He initially joined them on loan in January 24, but after he impressed, they triggered the option to buy him and make the move permanent. He's featured in the Champions League for them. He's even registered a goal and an assist. And he is integral to Benfica's build-up play at the moment. He's in the 91st percentile for accurate passes last season, showing that he's very comfortable on the ball. He doesn't fully get to showcase that, or he didn't fully get to showcase that when he was with Preston. But you saw a lot of his game at Preston. I think the Championship's such a fantastic league. If you can thrive in that as a youngster, you can play anywhere. He's gone to Portugal in a team that's, you know, a big dog in there and showing even more variety. You know, he is a strong ball progressor. He ranks well above average in dangerous passes, progressive passes, and defensively, he actually offers something that you've been missing: balance. He is aggressive. He's actually physically imposing, and he's dominant in the air. When you get him on the ball, what United missing this season? Goals and chance creation. Cool, right? He's got the second most crosses per 90 in the Portuguese league, and he's hitting a near 50% success rate. The sort of benchmark for crossing is 1 in 4. He's hitting 1 in 2. You know, he's got the all-round mould of a modern fullback. Which brings you back to the question, why did we sell him in the first place? At the time, the decision was daft, and it might have been driven by raising funds. Doesn't really ring true for how little we got for him. He wouldn't have been on a lot. I just don't understand the reason why you would sell a young player that's been showing so much promise. I think you could understand maybe another loan. Maybe like I said, maybe the player push for this. Now, I'll get to that in a sec. If you are looking for a great sports betting experience, then sign up with Hollywood Bets and enjoy this incredible welcome offer. Get to £10 in free bets with your first free qualifying bet losses. And here's how it works. If you sign up using my link in the description, deposit using your card and place your first 3 bets on the sportsbook, each bet must be at least £10 with minimum odds of 1.5. These bets can be on any sportbook market and will qualify you for the offer. For each of your first 3 bets that you lose, you'll receive a £10 free bet up to £30 in free bets. And your free bets are valid for multiples as well as at least 3 events where each leg has minimum odds of 1.4. The total odds for the bet must be at least 3.0. Listen, there's more. If you place at least 2 qualifying bets, you'll also get 20 free spins on a slot game, John Hunter and a Book of Tut respin. To claim the offer, just make sure that you place your qualifying bets within 3 days of signing up to Hollywood Bets. For full terms and conditions, check the link in the description. Remember, you must be 18 or older to register, and always gamble responsibly. If you need support, visit gambleaware.org. But looking at it now, we definitely underestimated his development potential. We definitely underestimated his ability, and we definitely underestimated our requirements within the squad. The performances at Benfica suggest that he's ready for top-level football. Maybe United didn't see that coming, which is frustrating. And it's even more frustrating that we just haven't got a left-back. We haven't had one all season, and we sold one. We left ourselves short. That's a bad decision. Fundamentally, like, you can't argue it any other way. And to make matters worse, there's someone else coming for him, supposedly. Reports suggesting that Liverpool are also monitoring as a potential option for their squad. So if Liverpool are sniffing around, then you know that he's turning heads. The last thing that we have got a sell-on clause, so we'd get a nice percentage of that. You don't want him to not get the opportunity at United, because he didn't even get the opportunity at United and then go and succeed at Liverpool. That would be an absolute volley in the dick, and you don't need that. So should United bring him back? There's absolutely a case that you can make there. Shaw's injury history and unreliability to stay fit when he gets fit. Malacia's injury history, and we have no idea what he's going to be like when he comes back. Dalot being played out of position. Now, obviously, the issue that's going on with Mazraoui and his heart. Fernandes wouldn't just come in as cover. He would play at weekend. Obviously, you can't sign him at weekend. It's going to be January. But he would, wouldn't he? He's got an aggressive style, good passing accuracy, defensive qualities. If you can play in the Championship and you can play in a technical league in Portugal, you put those 2 things together, you got the Premier League. He can play in the Premier League. Now, that's not to say he's perfect, because he's not. He's struggled under pressure a little bit, especially when being pressed high. His decision-making in those situations does need improvement. Benfica's kind of mad positional play doesn't always help him with that. But in the right system, with the time to progress, the fixable issues. And United could be the place that actually manages to fix the issues in his game, because they're not game-changing, or deal-breaking kind of issues with him. So the issue that I see with it, is he good enough to bring back? Yes. Is he good enough to provide cover? Yes. He might even be good enough to be your starting left-back. He might be. He's not yet. You wouldn't put him up alongside he's certainly not like a left-sided version of Mazraoui at the moment, who I think's been fantastic. He's not quite at that level. But I think you look at him and you say, I think he could get to that level. It's not impossible for him to get to that level. And if he doesn't get to that level, you sign a left-back. But for whatever it's going to cost you to bring him back, I absolutely would. Now, the one thing that no one's talked about in this, does he want to come back? Manchester United, to Alvaro Fernandez, is the place that fucked him off on loan to Preston, and then fucked him off on loan to Benfica, and then didn't have a left-back and sold him. So, would he want to come back? Have we completely fucked it with him? It's all well and good saying he is a viable option, because he absolutely is a viable option. But is it a viable option for him? Does he go, okay, because I'll be honest, if I'm representing him, that's the first thing I say when you sit down with me. And the second thing I say is, okay, if you sign him now in January, I can see he plays 80% of the games, probably, right? At least from the start of January. Because you're still not going to have a fully fit Luke Shaw, I don't think, by then, even whatever that is. You know, once Mazraoui gets his heart problem hopefully sorted, you might start seeing Dalot moved over again. You might not. But at least you can see a pathway to play 90 minutes on a regular basis for him. So you go, okay, I can live with that. But what happens come summer? You're going to sign a left back? You're going to sign Robinson or someone like that? Like, what? And where does that leave Alvaro? Because you've binned him off on loan twice and sold him once. So, and I think that might be the deal breaker for United, is would he want to come? Because I tell you this now, he is a better option playing left back than having Lindelof play right back. And by that, I mean the options being Lindelof plays right back and we keep Dalot at left back. United are going to be better if it's Alvaro Fernandez at left back and Dalot at right back. If that's our go-to. But does the player want it? I don't know. What would you do? One if you're the player, one if you're the club. Let me know in the comments. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.